Hello and welcome to ESM Squared, the podcast for experienced social media marketers. I'm Emily, your host and long-term member of the marketing team at Iconosquare. Iconosquare is one of the leading analytics and management tools for Instagram, Facebook, Twitter and LinkedIn. We're proud to work with some of the biggest agencies in the world, as well as renowned brands such as Patagonia, ASICS, Sephora, Versace, NASA, as well as CERN, the European Centre for Nuclear Research. If you're new to Iconosquare or just haven't got round to checking out our tools before, you can start with the basics for absolutely nothing by heading over to audit.iconosquare.com and getting an audit of your Instagram and Facebook accounts. These audits are so helpful and they are literally the best place to start when it comes to improving your social media strategy with analytics. If you're a regular listener of ESM Squared, you'll know that we have two types of episode: interviews with social media experts, where professionals share with me and all of you their experiences working with social media, as well as their internal strategies, tips, tricks, and more. And we also have tutorial episodes in which I will talk all by myself about a particular topic, which can often be a burning question for social media marketers like you, and help guide you into making strong decisions for your social strategy. This episode is an interview with none other than Loïc Bommersbach, who is head of social media at the aforementioned CERN, the European Centre for Nuclear Research. Loïc has had many years of experience working for CERN and is frankly a fountain of knowledge when it comes to the intricacies of communicating on nuclear research and basically teaching science through social media. It's a great interview, I'm sure you'll love listening. Once you're done with this episode, I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe to the podcast and leave us a rating. Don't forget you can trial Iconosquare for free for a whole 2 weeks and you don't need to share any credit card information to get started. For any questions or feedback, you can contact me directly via emily@iconosquare.com. So let's get started. Hi Loïc, thank you so much for being here with me today. It's an absolute pleasure to be able to host the CERN on my brand new podcast, which is ESM Squared, for experienced social media marketers, which you are one of. How are you today?
Hi Emily. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak about what we do at CERN. I'm very good today. In France, the terraces are open again, so it's wonderful. We can go again to restaurants and bars, so everything is good on my side.
Amazing to be able to sit outside, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So nice. So let's get straight into the questions. I'm going to start with some general questions. Could you give me a quick run through of the CERN, what it is, what it does, and why you guys exist?
Sure. So CERN is a stand for the European Particle Laboratory, the most important laboratory in the world, and most. We have the LHC, the Large Hadron Collider, 27-kilometer circumference. This is a big machine, the biggest machine on Earth, and we try to look at the very few moments, the very beginning of the universe, to know more about the matter, what we are made of. So this is a scientific place, I'll say, industrial as well, and we have lots of engineers and scientists working on this question. So we are based near Geneva, on the French-Swiss border, and we have been created in 1954, and we try to explore new things now. We're not just only based on fundamental research, but also try to have an impact on society. I mean that lots of products are available in the world, mostly for industrial partners. But for example, for you, the web was created at CERN. So this is something you need to keep in mind, that we have also an impact to the society.
You obviously take care of social media. Can you tell me about the team, the different responsibilities and jobs that are within your team and what your role is as well?
Yeah. So at CERN, we have in the moment 2 persons dealing with social media. This is a small team for a huge community to deal with. So my colleague Shetna is more focused on creating the content, and also she takes care of interviewing some people and creating not only writing content but also video content sometimes. And on my side, it's more taking care of the strategy, digital strategy of CERN, which audience we need to reach, why, how, and I have lots of meeting with person for example, in restaurants to and have a coffee. Lots of people that wanted to start social media accounts related what. So I need to guide them, to train them. So yeah, this is part of my job. I have also another aspect. It was before COVID. I had the chance to welcome many influencers at CERN. For example, in 2019, we had more than 10 people. I mean, we have big names for science. For example, Physics Girl, which is US-based, and she have more than 1 million followers. I mean, subscribe on YouTube. So yeah, my aim is also to make sure that we reach the correct audience with the correct channels.
Right. And who is that audience? What is your target audience?
Yeah. At CERN, we have each 2 minutes, we have a new fan on social media channels. So we like to talk to wide audience. We for sure talk to the general public because we need, as I've said in the introduction, we need to talk about the importance of science, the impact to the society as well. So this is one of our main audience. We have also the stakeholders, the people, policymakers, the people that should give us some money, so to make sure that we reach these people as well. We have also the scientists, in particular on Twitter. Scientists are very active on Twitter, so we work with them. I can develop this point later in the conversation, but yeah, and we also talk to the local community, because you can visit CERN, but also for events that are open to public. For example, we'll reopen the exhibition, I hope soon. So it's important to communicate to these people to make sure that they can join us at CERN. Yeah, this is the three main audience, I'll say.
Okay. And so is that, I guess, why it's important for you guys to be on social media? You want to be present so that you can communicate events and what's happening? Or, I mean, I guess there are other reasons why you want to be present on social media.
Yeah, we have seen that a lot of people, for example, on Twitter, we have a community of 2.5 million followers. People are really interested in what we are doing here at CERN, mostly in a good way. I mean that people are interested by the new discoveries. For sure, the Higgs boson. You know, that's a place where we discovered Higgs boson in 2012. And also, this is for us important to be present on social media, to fight ignorance and I mean trolls sometimes. So this is a huge time of my work to deal with these guys and to make sure that we fight the trolls and the fake things that are said about CERN. So it's very important to engage on social media for us, not being I'll say viewer or a spectator or a viewer of what people said about you, but to be an actor and engage really on social media.
Absolutely, it's so important to have a voice. I think that's such a great thing that you're there to answer back to trolls. I mean, do you have a lot of trolls?
Yes, unfortunately, we have lots of trolls. For us, it's more to answer to the question, because we have lots of questions about CERN. So we try to answer to this guy, sometimes to engage, and maybe within the year, we'll develop a specific strategy on how to deal with trolls on a global scale. So yeah, this is part of the strategy for this year.
Part of the strategy. It's a shame it has to exist.
Yeah, but it's also interesting because it's challenging. You know, you are not only in a top-down institutional voice. You need also to understand what these guys talk like this or provide this fake content. It's very important for you to make sure that okay, I explained this point. I mean, what is CERN for years, but still people are complaining or thinking that it's fake. So maybe we need to move on and to provide fresh content, fresh idea, and fresh ways to communicate on social media.
Let's move on to some content questions. I know that a lot of your social media content helps to break down the science. You like to make it understandable and accessible to everyday people like myself. Where did this idea come from? Is this something that you've concocted on your own, or where has this come from?
Hopefully at CERN, we have lots of subjects. We don't have to create from scratch things, you know. Lots of people, like department CERN have lots of things to tell us, and we need we are more on the on saying no instead of yes to everything. So we have editorial meetings where we discuss the subjects, the content, to make sure that they're in line with what we want to say on social media channels. And for example, we can talk about CERN firefighters in the same week about a discovery of a meson D particle, something very complex. So we try to adapt the content to reach different type of channels, and at the end to showcase the diversity of the laboratory as well.
Who designs and creates all of your content? Where does that amazing content come from?
In fact, we have a library of lots of pictures. You can imagine that's a lab with almost 70 years old, lots of picture to share. And also we have a audiovisual team at CERN and design graphic team that's very helpful to provide fresh content, videos as well, because videos, on social media, this is quite important to have one. So yeah, this is for us to work closely with these guys, audiovisual production, and also for very specific social media content. I mean, maybe the reels on Instagrams. We try to do on your own because we know the community. We are aware of their expectation, so we try to have a combined approach. One with the audiovisual team and one for the story, for example. We try to keep the link with the community.
And what are the main platforms that you focus on? You've just spoken about Instagram. Earlier you mentioned YouTube. What would you say are the main ones and why?
Yeah, thank you for this question, because this is a question I I ask myself every day. Where we need to put resource, because as I've said, we are only two in the team, so it's important to manage your resource. I'll say that Instagram for us is very important for many reasons, because we can see a direct link with the audience. I mean that we have lots of DMs, people wanted to know how to join CERN or to find out more about the discovery. So this is quite interesting. And we can see also, this is very rewarding. I mean that we can see the growth of the channel. So instead of other channels such as Facebook and Twitter, where we have seen that we are not, we are all in organic. I need to say that no paid content, so no paid social. So it's very important that to say it on Twitter and Facebook, if you want to increase your community, you need to pay. But for Instagram, it's still possible to make sure that your community is growing. So we like that. And also because there is new feature such as the reels or the lives, it's very important for us to keep the link with the community and to take the temperature. So Instagram, I would say, and also LinkedIn. LinkedIn is very interesting to reach other type of audience, more qualified, I'd say. On Instagram, it's more the young people, I say, and on LinkedIn, we also the possibility to do some lives like we do in Instagram. So, and we have seen good results in the recent live we did on this platform. So this is something we want to improve and to continue to do. So I'll say, but the resource more on Instagram and LinkedIn at the moment, but not forget the other main social media channels.
Cool. Okay. So you're kind of everywhere, which is really good.
Yeah. We are not on TikTok. I like for CERN to be on Twitch, for example, because for us, it could be very interesting to discuss with our community on Twitch. I have a plan for this, but as I've said, we are limited in resources, so we need to make choices. And I hope that maybe in a few months we can start a Twitch channel for CERN.
Is there a particular type of content which works best for you at CERN? Like, would you say it's video, still images, or something else?
Yeah, for sure, videos, but not too much institutional. Faces of science. It's very important to showcase, to highlight the people behind the scene, the people that are really doing the science. We had this yearly campaign called Women in Science in February, and we try to give the voice to social media channels, to the women, the girls that are working with us as a technician, engineer, or scientist, and we can see that people, we try to be, to give the motivation up to apply for same position. This is also something we wanted to do. And Emile, I have something to share with you. Content with the most engaging numbers are the scientists, black and white picture, scientists drawing on a blackboard.
Really?
Because you can feel that these guys are in fact creating science. You can see this aspect is very important. So usually when we post a blackboard with equation drawn on it, we have the content are more than 30% more above the average of engagements. This kind of content works pretty well. Even very complex scientific knowledge, people like it very much because they can see that we are in the frontier of science. We are in frontier of knowledge. So people can touch this and live this moment with us. Oh, this is amazing. They discovered that. I'm sure they don't know a clue about it. I mean that scientists, trying to explore. Of course, they are published a scientific paper, but there are still investigation about this new discovery. So when people can touch this, we make a direct connection with our community, and they like this very much. So
it's an honor, really, isn't it? It's like you feel very lucky that you're able to get a little piece of this through social media, through something as simple and yet as complex as social media. You're able to have a glimpse of what's going on behind the scenes of the big science stuff. It's inspiring. Yeah, it's mind-boggling.
Yeah, and we don't want to be anymore as in a ivory tower, on one. We want to share this knowledge, and social media, it's a huge opportunity for us to do so. So we want to continue this way in the future for sure.
Is there a particular piece of content that you're proud of? Like maybe a campaign or something that you've run that went really well? Can you give us an example of that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's not something I'm proud of, but this is one point I wanted to raise here. Last October, it was the LGBTQ STEM Day. Each year we part of it. So last year, we share a flag, a rainbow flag, in front of a LHC magnet. LHC is made by thousands of magnets. So this is something we wanted to do this year. And we have seen that in particular on Instagram, but it is valid for other social media channels. We had more than 40,000 likes, which is 2 times the maximum of the previous top 1 content on Instagram for this picture. And of course, but unfortunately, we received many bad comments, and also lots of people unsubscribed from some social media channels. I mean, in total, that we lost maybe 2,000 people on on all the channels combined, on Facebook, Twitter, Insta. We reached the limit of what we can do at CERN, because for us it's very important to showcase diversity. Diversity of culture, diversity of sexual orientation, everything diverse. We like this because the lab is made of 22 member states, so from all over the world. So it's very important for us to showcase this diversity. And here we face that on social media, we meet a barrier, the frontier, that some things that we are losing follower, but this is not a big deal, because we keep the people that share with us this diversity aspect. So this is not the big deal. Sometimes we've seen that, wow, we hit a peak here. That's amazing in terms of likes, but in the other end, we lost followers. So this is something. I like this example because this is for us when we are in the middle of the how to say, the arena, with lots of people. We are not just on our side talking about complex scientific stuff, but we try to engage. And when you engage, you need to be prepared that it's gonna be sometimes art, and we have lots of tools that's happy to fight with us. So yeah, it was very interesting for us in terms of analysis, and next year we'll do the same probably.
I think you should. Yeah, definitely. I mean, you took a chance, you took a stand, you got more engagement than ever. You lost some, I mean, let's not call them haters because we don't know what their opinion is on it, but they didn't want to continue following you for that reason. That's okay.
Yeah, I can live with that.
Exactly. Cool. Thank you. That's a really cool example. Thanks for that. Right, let's get down to the numbers. What metrics are important for you to track? What is it that you're looking at to find out how you're performing on social?
Yeah, there's a few metrics that we want to have a look on it. Each week, I'm doing a report about social media performance of our content, and I really like to have a look at the engagement rates. This is very important for us. Also, to make sure that we are not comparing apples and pears. So I like to compare engagement rate of views on the video, and not a video and a post. So I've created some documents on this to make sure that people outside social media team can read it easily. So engagement rate, views for the videos, and also I know the average reach we have on each platforms. And when we can see that there is a peak or in the opposite, decrease in terms of reach, I'd like to make sure that for next time we'll do differently. It's very important for us. The analytics, the KPIs, we try to challenge them, to use them, not just to present them each week, but also to try to understand why we have this number. So it's part of the strategy of sound strategy to always adapt, and re-inject your data into your strategy.
Yeah, you're definitely right to do that. Use the analytics to improve upon your strategy all the time. Yeah. What is it like working at a nuclear research center?
Yeah, fully. This is a civil nuclear research and not military. So, and it is CERN. It's what is amazing at CERN. It's the intercultural experience. I mean, you have people from all around the world. You can share your cultural experience, but also different ways of working together. Sometimes when you have meeting, you need to align on objective that people, oh no, this is not the way I work. But at the end, we look all together in the same direction. So it's very, very interesting. And people here at CERN are very smart. I mean that, yeah, they are not here. They are here to work, to make sure that people outside CERN also understand what we do. So yeah, this is very, very bubbling here. At CERN, you have lots of, before COVID, you have lots of contact with people sharing different opinion. But yeah, very, very interesting. The intercultural aspect. I like it very much.
Cool. Is there anything you can tell me about your job as the head of social media at the CERN that would surprise me? It can be crazy. I don't mind.
Yeah, Emily, I go often below ground, 100 meter below ground, to perform Insta Live. So we do Insta Live in the LHC tunnel. And this is something I really like, take the elevator past the security gates to make sure that you are entering as Loïc into the facility. So doing in Insta Live under a meter below ground, it's amazing, I'm feeling the same excitement as our community, and this is something very important to keep, I can feel that how much I'm lucky to be here. So this is something I really like, to take this elevator, to go to the LHC or to go to other experiments and to meet people. So, and in particular, we install live because you live the moment with the others. So this is something I like very much.
It's just unbelievable to be able to share that kind of thing with the world through social. It's so cool what you're able to do.
Yeah, and you can feel that outside CERN, the people wanted to meet us, to visit CERN. It's free to visit CERN. It's not open yet, We hope that maybe at the end of the year or this summer, I don't know. But usually we have an average of 150,000 visitors per year. So this is lots of students and teachers, but also families that wanted to visit CERN. You can even book a tour and go underground. So this is possible. And we try to, because not all the people around the world can go to CERN. We try to do this experiment, to feel this experience, to give this opportunity to other people to visit CERN through social media as well. This is very important. And to go behind the scene. When I have a call sometime with my colleague photographer, Loïc, I'm going to this experiment. Oh, I don't know about this experiment. Okay, I'm joining you, and let's see what we can do there. Insta Live, or because with Insta you can go live with a smartphone, so it's very easy to and you know that you're gonna have an interest from your community. So yeah,
that's why they follow you. Spur of the moment stuff is that's the way to go. I think you're definitely doing the right thing there.
Thank you.
Okay, some quick fire questions to finish up. I have 4 questions I'm going to ask you in quick succession. I want the first answer that comes into your head. Okay. What takes up the most of your time on an average working day as a social media professional?
Creating content.
What are 3 essential tools for your social media marketing needs?
I'll say social media listening tool, analytics tool. I really recommend Iconosquare for this, and scheduling tool.
Your favorite accounts on social media, personally?
I will say the French Brut for their video format. It's amazing. I love it.
And your ultimate piece of advice to community managers?
Be authentic. Authenticity is the key of everything.
Thank you. We get a lot of be authentic, and it's true. It's so true. You have to be so true to who you are and to what company you're working for and what it is that you're trying to portray. And it's so important, and something which isn't very easy, I'd say.
No, because you have the institutional aspect sometimes, politics and stuff like this. But for social media, this is always something I like to remind to my managers. Okay, we need to do that because the community wanted this at the end, and you will see we can pass some message that's important for you as well as a manager. But please, give me your confidence. I will provide fresh content and in an authentic way.
Well, that's it for today then. Thank you very much, Loïc, for your time and for answering all of these questions. It's been, I think I can use the word inspiring. Thank you very much for sharing all of your experiences. And I expect that everybody is going to love listening to this as much as I have loved speaking to you today.
Thank you very much, Emily. Thank you. It was lovely to speak with you as well.
That's all for today's episode. Don't forget you can check out our other tutorials and interviews with experienced social media marketers on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and TuneIn. Don't forget also to head over to Instagram and check out Loïc's work on the account @CERN. Please don't hesitate to give this episode a rating, and for all comments and questions, or to inquire about being interviewed for ESM Squared, you can contact me directly via emily@iconosquare.com.